I wanted to talk to you about death. I've always wondered, when we die, where do we go? What is the next step after this life that we are living inside these bodysuits, inside these, physical form that we have? Is there something after death?
There are two aspects of death. The first is the opportunity you had in life is gone.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why that awareness, one day I will die, keeps us alert and inspired to use our time well and to utilize the opportunity at hand. That is why the saints say that every day when you wake up, remember your death.
Mm-hmm.
You will then not postpone, you will not be careless.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a fact, death could come at any time.
That's true.
And the second aspect is that nothing is really lost.
Okay.
Because the soul is eternal.
Yes.
And the teaching of the Bhagavad Gita is that when you wake up in the morning, you discard your own clothes and put on new clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Likewise, at the time of death, you're discarding the body which had become dysfunctional.
Oh, yeah, true.
It is no longer a fit house for the soul to live in.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why the soul now discards it to get a new body. So that changing of bodies, Sri Krishna tells Arjuna that changing of bodies is what people are calling death.
Okay.
So in one way, death is another opportunity that you get.
Mm-hmm.
Now you bury it all, this life,
Mm-hmm.
with the achievements and with the mistakes.
Yeah.
You start afresh.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
So the kind of experience that you had, Aryan,
Mm-hmm.
was like a blessing.
I do feel it like that. I do feel it.
Most people would have it when death actually comes. But in your case, for some reason, you were given like a glimpse of it in your youth itself. So you could wake up and you could fulfill the purpose of your life. So it was like a wake-up call that few blessed souls receive, and you can definitely have that consolation that somebody looked out for me and ensured that I should not waste my life.
No, I'm so happy you said that. That's exactly how I feel from the inside too. Now that we're talking about death, I wanted to talk about cryogenics, because this is something everybody's talking about these days. You're seeing all these videos on YouTube, all these reels are being made, and people are talking about extending their life period. They're saying that, what, I have this illness, I have this disease, especially, the rich. They're like, we're going to put ourselves in nitrogen. I'm going to freeze ourselves for some time, hoping that, in the near future, as technology improves, we can kind of maybe cure our illnesses. People are really obsessing over the technology of kind of extending your life. In your understanding, is it even possible, the whole aspect and concept of cryogenics, can you even extend your life? And even if it was, would you say it's ethical?
Definitely, medical science can keep you healthier for longer. There's no denying the fact. Along with the advancement of medical science, we've had an increase in the expected lifespan of people.
Mm-hmm.
So that is definitely there. But at the same time, the nature of the body is it's constantly deteriorating. Shiryate iti shariram. So the body is called sharir in Sanskrit.
Okay.
And sharir is defined as that which is constantly deteriorating.
Yes.
So the cycle is that your body reaches a peak around 20. It sustains itself in the peak till 30. Then it starts getting unhinged 1% at a time. And at 40, now the decline speedens up, and then after 60, it speedens up tremendously.
Yes.
So you can slow that down. And why not? If you can slow it in a limited way, but if people become obsessed in it, then I think they could have tremendous adverse consequences because nature has got an intelligence and nature decides. In this life, you had these lessons to learn. In this life, you had this purpose to serve. And then, all right, we'll start again. Now, we want to meddle with that a bit too much. We don't know if it's a part of the grand design or not. It's better to lead a healthy, wholesome life and leave the rest in the hands of God.
You know, this is a question that I kind of like, even though cryogenics is, you know, something that's people are still experimenting with kind of, although people are putting themselves in tanks and they're doing all this. But, you know, I love my mom a lot, right? I don't think in my life anybody will ever understand me like my mom does. And I always think that, you know what, she's getting old. She's getting there. Maybe in 20 years, 30 years, you never know. And I was like, Mom, you know what? I'm not gonna let you down. I'm gonna freeze you. I was joking with her, Mom, don't worry. I'm not gonna. They're like, Arya, no. You cannot be obsessed with my body. I like every time I just want to cuddle. I just want to like, I hug her 24/7. Like I never let go with her. And she's like, no, Aryan, get off. You cannot, no. इस शरीर से मत प्यार करो. ये शरीर में कुछ नहीं है. ये शरीर तो चले जाएगी. जो मैं बोल रही हूँ उसको सुनो.
See, that is why God's design is such that before people die, they grow old.
Yes.
And when they grow old, they become sick. And they start suffering. Everyone, and that's the nature of this world, right? That we will all have that last moments of suffering.
Yeah.
And then the relatives say, my God, you know, it's okay if they leave. But Aryan, think about it this way. If you feel so much of gratitude and connection to your material mother, what about your spiritual mother who's been waiting for you since eternity?
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
With open arms. So just the fact that the material mother is so important in your life, when you add spiritual wisdom, you realize that the spiritual mother is manifold more important, whom I have been neglecting, and who is actually the source of everything that I've been getting on this earth. We must awaken ourselves to the fact.
Oh, no, Negi, that really touched my heart.